Hey guys, I'm Anthony Pullara-Padilla. I'm a senior here at LaSalle. I'm involved in soccer and ambassadors. We're going to be taking our first stop here at our Williams Admission Center. Usually Miss Kathy sits in the morning when you come and check in, or you check in on the left side of the school. Miss Jagian's also located here, Miss Redig, amazing people. To our right, we have Sierra Madre, which is like Beantown and everything, where you can go to get Starbucks before or after school. There's also some places there you can go to eat. Down the street, we also have Panera. There's a bunch of shops down there. You can go after school to go shopping. So this is a really safe environment for our students. We have students, granted we have students coming in from like really close. We also have students coming in from really far. Like I know personally my friends are coming from La Habra, Whittier, like all over, which creates a really diverse environment for a school, which I personally love myself. All right, so next we're moving on to our Lancer Worldwide Network. So here we have our LaSallian Worldwide Network. Basically here is just the history of LaSalle and our founder, De LaSalle, which he basically created our school, and he's the founder of our school. So what he did is basically before, schools were all for like rich kids, and he made it more diverse to where poor kids can be coming in, middle classes, everybody can be coming into our school, and made it really diverse. Here on our basis, we have 1 million, LaSalle teaches 1 million kids in 77 countries. And a great example of this is you can go to the Philippines and see a kid in LaSalle sweatshirt, which really brings in like the diversity of the school and how like we are connected all over the world. And then next we'll be going up to our art studio. So this is our 4th floor. Up here we have our social studies, world languages classes, and our hand and art studio. Here are some examples of our visual arts here at LaSalle. Basically, this visual arts is part of a 4-year track at LaSalle, which basically means you can take it from freshman to senior year. If we step this way, we can also see some more examples of our visual arts here at LaSalle. And next we'll be looking into one of our classrooms, one of our world language classrooms right here around the corner. So here is one of our world history classrooms. This is actually Mr. Barrero's classroom. I had him last year, amazing teacher. What Mr. Barrero does is he brings in a lot of like personal experiences and brings in a little bit of heritage of the Hispanic and Latino community. And he really just makes the school a lot more of a diverse place and likes to bring in his own like personal flair to the school, which I love a lot. And it's just, it makes his class so much more fun to be in. And he's just a great teacher all the way around. So next we're moving into one of our hand and art studios. Granted, these rooms are under renovation, but we're gonna give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek into what they're gonna look like next year. So this is the hand and art studio, which is currently under renovation. There are 5 classes you can take here. One is an AP. In our AP classes for the past 6 years, we have a 100% pass rate. And some of the students who graduate here from LaSalle can go to top schools in arts such as RISD and Parsons. Next, we're gonna be visiting our music room. So next we'll be going into our band room, which is right here. So this is our band room. Basically our teacher here is Mr. Z. Great teacher all around, brings in a lot of energy to the school, which it's like a booster morale like at football games and stuff where the band actually plays. The Salle band is also like a big part of our liturgies and stuff. So they'll come out, play our music at the liturgies, and it's just like it sets a great tone for like the school and how like as set as a community as we are. If like we're singing, like the student body singing during the liturgies and band's just playing the beautiful music. In fact, a recent graduate here was able to go to Yale and compose his own version of the Sallian alma mater. And next we'll be going into our Duffy Lewis Gymnasium, which is located directly below us. So this is our Duffy Lewis Gymnasium. So here's where like basketball, volleyball assemblies are held. Also one of our big events here is Showdown, which is basically a competition between all classes. Basically we all come here during a Saturday night, and we'll all like compete for a class prize at the end, which is our name on a trophy, and we basically get the recognition that we won that year. One thing I love about Duffy Lewis Gymnasium and what happens here a lot is with our like our volleyball games and basketball games, when we have like red outs, blue outs, basically just brings like the whole school together as a community, and like it almost like a sense of teamwork. Like once you get to cheer louder than the other school, which is always just a great feeling. So also behind us is our fitness center, which we're gonna go take a sneak peek into right now. So this was new and brought into the school last year. Basically in here is where you're gonna be doing like straight basically fitness, and you're gonna be coming into like a new, if you're coming into a sport. So what's brought up in here a lot is new students coming in if they want to get back into fitness, or if you're just a student and you want to get into fitness. As long as there's teaching here, you're able to come in here no matter what sport you do. In here is also great team building, community building. Like if there's someone in here that's better at running than you, they're always gonna be willing to help you and coach you to get better, which brings a good community and just spirit vibe to the school, and just helps you out a lot mentally and physically. So some statistics about this room. The funding for this room came through the generosity and the goodness of the people's hearts for our crystal ball. It's one of our big fundraisers at LaSalle. So also some facts about this area and the gym is we have 176 league championships and 21 CIF championships, which is a great accomplishment for our school that we're extremely proud of. So the average LaSalle athlete has a 3.5 GPA, which is extremely well for school. And then also 60% of students are student athletes at LaSalle here, which is a great diversity between students and other students who play band, arts, and do other stuff like that. And next we're moving into our Pancal Strength and Conditioning Center, which is to our left. So this is our Pancal Strength and Conditioning Center. So basically here is where all students are going to come, whether you're doing soccer, basketball, volleyball, and football. And it's just a great place for everybody to come together as a team in a community, just to build some team morale and get stronger while you're doing it. Next we're moving into our locker rooms, which is to our left. So this is our boys' locker room. Here you're going to come together as a team right before your game, get changed, get ready. It's a great team and just booster morale in here, because you're going to be having music in the background. You're going to be getting all hyped up for your game. Personally, I have some experience in here playing soccer myself, and just getting with that music in the background, getting ready for the game and just ready to play your heart out to represent the school. And it's just a great feeling. In the back here we have some of our uniforms for LaSalle Athletics. And next we're moving on to our dining hall and atrium. So here we're stepping into our dining hall. So in here we have a catered food service if you don't bring your own lunch from home. If you do bring your own lunch from home, there's microwaves that you can always warm it up at. In here we usually have tables, and it's just a great same thing as the atrium, great community experience. If you don't have somewhere to sit, there's always gonna be someone inviting you and just bringing you together. Also in here we have our liturgies and prayer services. So once a month we'll come in here to have a liturgy, which is our mass, and like I was saying earlier in our tour, we have our band playing with our students singing around, and it's just a great community experience for our whole school to come together once a month and just build morale. So also in our dining hall, on our back wall, we have our 4 sayings, which is St. John Baptist de La Salle, pray for us. We have our alma mater, which we say at every game, which is just a great community experience. We all know it from our freshman year to our senior year, and I guarantee you know it after all your years coming here. We also have our Lancer Code, which was brought up by a couple of students who made that. And we also have our finishing saying, which is live Jesus in our hearts forever, which we say at the end of our prayers in classes. And then next we'll be stepping out to our atrium. So here we have our atrium. This is also a safe place to come out, eat lunch with your friends. It's a great space to, if say you don't have any friends and you're coming here from a different area of LA County or around here, you're always gonna find somebody to come and introduce you to their friends, and then they're gonna invite you down to eat with them. And it's just honestly just a great space to build community with our school. Next we'll be stepping into our first floor, which is we're gonna introduce our Linda Grinstead Theater. So here's our Linda Grinstead Theater. Basically in here, what you're gonna do is, this is our where improv club and everything is held, but also we have our theater program here, which we perform 2 times a year, but we don't, as you can see, this space is kind of small, so we perform at Portico's Art Space in Altadena. One interesting thing about our theater program is that here, when we do our theater programs, we have it catered to the students. So what the teacher does is she gets the students together, sees what talent we have, and then picks out the shows to that talent, which is honestly just provides a great experience for the theater kids, and then it gives them an opportunity to be involved in the play if there's not enough lead roles. Next, we're moving on to our dance studio, which is right outside. So this is a dance studio. So basically what you're gonna come in here, this is a great place for our dance team and dance class. So what dance team does, they'll come out almost like a cheer team, and they'll come out to our sporting events and basically do cheer and stuff like that. Also, what's good in here is we have a movement of the athlete class, which is almost like a yoga and like stretching class, which is like really great for stress relief. Just really great to have during the school time, just to release some stress and get mentally better for your next class. Next, we're moving on to our student life room. So along the way to our student life room, we have our event board. So this is Snowball on our event board. This is like a great event that Student Life puts on once a year. Basically, we'll do it at one of our venues that we picked that year, and it's just a really great space to like hang out with your friends during that time, and just somewhere outside of school that you go to as an event. And it's just a fun time all together. All right. So next, we're moving into our student life room. So in here is our where like student life is. Student life like has a bunch of different like parts to it, which certain parts could be activities and rallies, or like their service. So activities and rallies, what they're going to do is they're going to basically host rallies and just events around the school to basically boost morale, do stuff like that, and they also like help kind of raise money for the school, which goes into service. So what our service side does is they basically raise money and do events for charities and stuff like that. Just like we have Do It for NACA in the background, which is part of our Riley's Race for Change, which happens with our showdown. Basically with that is whichever class donates the most money gets points to showdown to help win the event, and that all goes to our sister school in NACA, Nigeria, which is just a great like morale booster for our school and try to help the community around us and with our LaSallian schools. Next, we're gonna move into our chapel, which is right next door. So with our chapel, this is like it's almost like a meditation space that you can come to whenever you want. I know personally some classes will come down here and you'll do like a certain meditation for an hour during that class, and it's like just a great way to clear your mind. Also, you can come down here whenever you want. This is like a great safe space just to relax, say you need like a little bit of stress reliever in between your classes, and yeah, it's just a great space to clear your mind when you need it. In correlation with our chapel, LaSalle is a Catholic school, and we don't push any religion on anybody. We always try to instill Catholic values into our students just to build a great like moral compass throughout our students and just make everyone as happy as possible throughout their years here at LaSalle. So next we're stepping into our Griffith Media Center across the hall. So in here we have certain classes like photography and stuff where you're gonna basically come in here and you get to use our like systems here to basically like process films and do everything like that. There's also classes in here where you analyze films and you learn how like filmmaking works. In the other room right across, we have our Lancer Television Network, which basically is it's called LTV, and it's broadcasted by the students, which they're gonna like put on every week during our mentor period, and it's just a great introduction into filmmaking for some of our students if they decide to do that as a career. And it's just a great fun class all around, and you get an introduction to your future lifestyle if you want to do that. Next, we're moving into our second floor, which is our science and math department. So here we have one of our newly renovated science classrooms. In here we have, in our science like part of the school, we have biology, chemistry, physics, and then you have your AP courses once you take when you're done with your senior year. In our science department, we actually are partnered with Amgen, which is a like research facility, and it's one of the cool things we do. During your freshman year when you're taking biology, you actually take a piece of your DNA and you test it, and you test and see if you have a certain gene that makes you taste sour better. And it's just like a really cool experiment that it's just like a little bit of diversity to LaSalle that they bring to the table. Next, we're moving on to our math courses, which are down the hall. So this is our Science National Honor Society. Basically, these are students who exceeded well in our science department, and they just did exceedingly well, and they are placed, they have certain ribbons that they do on their cap and gown for their graduation, and it's just a recognition to them and what they have done for the school. Next, we're moving on to our math department. So this is a section where we have our math department. Basically, our courses here is going to be pre-algebra, algebra, geometry, pre-calc, and your regular AP Calc and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, our AP Calc has a 94% pass rate with our teacher, Miss Gibson, which she's an amazing teacher. I think every student will love her once they get her. And basically here with our math department and all departments, if you ever need help, that's one thing we want to emphasize. If you ever need help, you can always go to your teacher and they're always going to be willing to help you. They're going to be willing to put aside their breaks, their lunch, their after school hours just to be there for you and make sure you succeed in the courses. Next, we're moving on to our STEAM classrooms and our BLC. So this is like one of our new STEAM classes. This was brought in last year also, I believe. Basically what you hear is like there's gonna be a lot of courses like robotics. You're also gonna have your courses like, I have Introduction to Science and Architecture and Engineering, which as you can see here, we build bridges and we see basically how much they can hold. So basically those bridges we put them under strain and we can see how much they hold in the end. Also we have our robotics here with our teacher, Mr. Chang. And it's a great course, it's a co-ed course. We do exceedingly well in it. And it's just great community and team building, like always. If you guys can see up there, we actually have a fully, it can drop down as a robotics course, which they can drop down whenever they need it. And yeah, it's just a great learning experience if you're trying to go into engineering or trying to do certain technological aspects in the future. Next, we move on to our BLC, which is the Blakesley Learning Commons. So now we're in the BLC, also known as the Blakesley Learning Commons. So in here is like basically like almost like a new college style learning center with these almost like breakout rooms. So these offer like a great chance for students just to come and study during, like some teachers have them going during their classes. You can also come here during break and your lunch just to get just like a good experience, just coming here, just have some quiet time just to get ready for your next test, quiz, or if you just need like a mental relaxer. We also have Miss Salle, which is she's just a really great person all around. She can help you with whatever you need. Before we head outside, I want to talk a little bit about service in LaSalle. So with LaSalle, service is not a mandated requirement. Like you don't have to fill out a certain amount of hours each semester. But what they do is they have it built into their education system. So basically what you're going to do is one time out of a month, you're basically going to go to a service site and you're going to lend your helping hand to the homeless or to whatever service site you go to. So one of my personal favorites is Union Station Rescue Mission. And basically what you do is you go there and you basically lend a helping hand to the homeless and get to experience what they go through in the day and just try to make their day a little bit better. Now granted, you're not going to make like their life different at that point, but you're going to get to experience what they go through and then see how privileged that you are to where you can lend out a helping hand at certain points in your life to the homeless. It's just one of the great touches that LaSalle has that has changed my life for the better. Now I'll be heading outside to the amphitheater. So next we talk about an amphitheater. Basically what goes on here is a lot of team building kind of stuff where our school is going to help like host events, which is like involved with like rallies and stuff like that. So basically like we do like a cakewalk, which basically you walk around and whichever number, like they'll have numbers here, and whichever number you land on, you get to win like a certain prize, right? You can also there's also events where like this is like a popular time during lunch and stuff where you can come and always find friend groups. There's also some theater performances here that are held sometimes during the year, and it's just like a great event to come together as a school during your breaks and meet new people when you get the chance. So next is upstairs with our academic decathlon and speech and debate. So here we'll be introducing our speech and debate and academic decathlon. So with our academic decathlon, it's one of the largest clubs we have here at LaSalle with over 40 students. And it's just like a really great introduction with our students, with our teachers, just to have an after-school program where they can come together and meet. And we held like a bunch of clubs here, and we always do exceedingly well in them. We also have our speech and debate club, which is held by like one of my personal favorite teachers, Mr. Nemec. He's just a really great teacher all around, brings a certain like energy and funk to the school. It's just amazing. We have 16 teams that compete in the top of the nation. It's like great to see like other aspects of the school besides sports doing exceedingly well, and just getting a fun environment for school to go and compete and cheer other parts of the school on. Next, we're going to check out our Norris Computer Center. So this is the Norris Computer Center. So here we offer 7 technology courses, and we actually have the most technology courses in the region. So in here you can take classes like AP Computer Science. Some of these classes are held by Mr. Nemec, Mr. Bergulian, and Mr. Chang. All really great teachers, bringing some energy to the school. It also helps you in your future, whether you're trying to do a technological background in your career. and it's just a really great introduction to this type of technology here at LaSalle. Next, we're going to our counseling department. So this is our counseling center. So basically in here you have your college counselor, which you're set up with from a freshman. Basically they're going to grow with you throughout your 4 years. They're going to get to know you. They provide like 3 levels of like connection with you, like socially, academically, and like with your career. Basically they're always going to provide like support for you no matter when you need it. And if you ever need them, you're going to be able to go to them no matter what time during class. They're going to be able to like help you throughout your days. It's just like a really good experience just to get to know someone on like a deeper level throughout your 4 years here. Thank you for joining us on our LaSalle tour. We hope you had a great experience. If you have any questions, feel free to contact admissions. We hope to see you on campus soon.